So the New York Times was doing some sort of fair and balanced reporting on the trans issue with kids, when it comes to kids and the medicalization of this issue. And then it got all sorts of pushback from the left. And then magically appears a new kind of article in the New York Times on May 16th. How a few stories of regret fuel the push to restrict gender transition care. That's what they call it, transition care. Chopping off the penis of a 16-year-old boy. That's gender transition care, you see. Letting a 15-year-old like Chloe Cole get her breast chopped off. That's transition care. It's not mutilization with a double mastectomy for a teenager. Chloe's been on this show. She's spoken out. She's a detransitioner. And they're trying to minimize her story and that of others. This girl has autism. She came on the show. She said, I'm on the spectrum. I went to my parents. That's what was wrong with me. I didn't need to have my breast chopped off. Now the New York Times has the nerve to dismiss her and others like her as basically Republican shills being used to ban transition care for minors in various states. Ms. Cole and fewer than 10 activists like her, people who transition and then change course, have become the faces of the cause. But most people who transition do not change course, the Times wants us to know. And then they go on to add this. Then they cite the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Medical Association, who say, affirm in transition. Those are disgusting organizations who have been completely co-opted by the woke left and do not care about children when it comes to this stuff. But here's the thing I wanted to ask you about. They talk about this one transitioner. It's somebody who transitioned, I guess. I can't keep track. They change, quote, change gender, then change back, then change back again to the fake identity. It's like, who the hell can keep up? And they point out that at one point, this trans person was promoting a, quote, fringe theory that asserts that transgender women, meaning biological men, are actually men sexually aroused by imagining themselves as women. So what the New York Times is calling a fringe theory is autogynephilia. We've talked about it on the show before. We've talked about it as well. It is not fringe. It actually accounts for probably most of these cases of transition. And I'll give you, we're going to have Helen Joyce on the show. I love her. Her book, Trans is amazing. But in it, she spends some time quoting people like Ray Blanchard, a sexologist, very well known, who says that the overwhelming majority of adult biological men who present with gender dysphoria are of the autogynephilic type. It means you get turned on when you wear women's clothes. It's a fetish. Mm-hmm. You get off on dressing like a woman. You don't have gender dysphoria. It's a sexual fetish. In 1987, he did a study and found the percentage of non-homosexual transsexuals with admitted autogynephilia is very high. The figure cited was 82%. She goes on in her book to talk about Michael Bailey, a sexologist at Northwestern University in Chicago, very well-respected institution. He cited studies by Ann Lawrence, American psychologist, sexologist, and former anesthesiologist who published extensively on transsexuality. She found that, reading here, hold on. Yes, here it is. 86% of respondents who said they were trans had at least occasional autogynephilic arousal, and 49% had at least hundreds of episodes of autogynephilic arousal. It is not fringe, and it matters because that's how you get Riley Gaines and the women of UPenn looking at Leah Thomas with his penis out and getting off. That's, if you look at Leah Thomas's tweets, we've talked about this per the Daily Wire, this guy gets off on dressing like a woman. He gets off, I'm sure, on people seeing him dressed like a woman. He got access to this women's locker room, and these women were told to go get therapy if they didn't like it. It's real. It's not fringe, and the New York Times knows it. Junk science. That's what the doctor called many of those fruit and vegetable supplements on the market. Junk science because they use extracts of common produce department fruits and vegetables with few health benefits. But I want to tell you about Field of Greens. Get it? Like Field of Dreams, but Field of Greens. Field of Greens is different. They use the whole organic fruit and vegetable, not a watered down supplement. And it's backed by a better health promise, which I'm going to tell you about. Each ingredient in Field of Greens was scientifically chosen to support vital organs like heart, lungs, and kidney health. Others support immune system, blood pressure, metabolism, and healthy weight loss. Their better health promise is simple. The next time you're at a doctor for a checkup, if the doctor does not say that you are looking healthier than before, you get your money back. That's a deal right there. So let me get you started with 15% off, and you can try it for yourself. Visit fieldofgreens.com. Use my promo code MK at fieldofgreens.com and enjoy. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.